for joining me today on Storytime with Tutu Malia. Today's book is called Felisa. This story is about a young Filipino girl who lives in Hawaiʻi, who has a great desire to learn the Tickling, a Filipino folk dance, despite her physical disabilities. Come join me as we learn how Felisa overcomes her challenges and achieves her dream of learning to dance like the leaves, like the wind. Felisa and the Magic Tickling Bird, illustrated by Martin Charlot from a story by Jody Parry Belknap. Felisa, come help me, called Mother. Hurry, tomorrow is fiesta. Pink plumeria, pale yellow sambaguita, and buds of white gardenia were tumbled on the table behind her, waiting to be strung into lei for the celebration. Felisa, come here! Oh, where is that girl? When I need her, she's never around. Felisa was much too sad to hear her mother's call. Her eyes were on the banana leaves, swaying freely in the breeze. She watched the tail of the cat moving lazily in the sun. She saw a bird fly to a papaya tree. Grandpa, working in his vegetable garden, watched Felisa as she got up and limped toward the street. She was barely out of the yard when she heard her sister call, Felisa, I need your help with my new dress. Maria was 16. Felisa knew she would be queen of the fiesta this year. She did not answer Maria. Like the wind, her two brothers raced past her. Mateo and Juan were practicing for the Palo Cebo, the boys' grease pole contest at the fiesta. Mateo! Juan! Wait for me, Felisa called. But they didn't. With tears in her eyes, Felisa did not see Grandma coming up the path. Felisa, why you cry? Said Grandma, holding her. What you want? Come, we make sweet things for fiesta. Makapuno, bukayo. You help me make candy. Come along. Felisa liked Grandma. In her bag were many good things. Pili nuts, coconuts, bananas. As they walked back to the house, Grandma asked, Why you no help make things for fiesta, Felisa? I want to dance, Grandma. I want to dance like the leaves, like the wind. I want to dance the tickling for the fiesta tomorrow, but I can't. You know my leg is crippled. Grandma wiped the tears off Felisa's face with her apron. Softly she said, Maybe we ask for help, Felisa. If you really want to dance, tonight we pray. Pray, Grandma. I want to dance. The fiesta is tomorrow. We try, Felisa. You see, come, we must pray. That night, Felisa had just closed her eyes when she heard a strange sound. It came from her window. There in the moonlight was a shadowy form of a strange old bird. Tickling, tickling. Felisa rubbed her eyes. Who are you? She asked. In the yard stood a tall bird with a long twisty neck, frowsy fuzzy feathers, and the crookedest, spindliest legs she had ever seen. In fact, his legs were so crooked, so very, very crooked, that Felisa just stared. Impatiently, the bird hopped up and down. Who are you? Felisa asked again. Tickling, tickling, I am the tickling bird, he clacked. I am the best dancer in the whole world. Felisa laughed out loud. You, a dancer with those crooked legs? I don't believe you. Crooked legs can't dance. I know. Arg! Crooked legs can dance, Felisa. If you really want to dance, I can teach you. I still don't believe you, Felisa laughed. Well, replied the bird after a moment, if you don't want to learn, Felisa. And he began to flap his wings as if to fly away. No, wait, Mr. Bird. I didn't mean to make fun of you. I want to learn to dance. All right, Felisa, clucked the bird sternly. I will teach you, but you must pay whatever I ask. Oh, I cannot give you anything, Mr. Bird, said Felisa. I have nothing. We are poor. I have nothing to pay you with. Oh, but you do, Felisa, you do, croaked the bird. You have much to give. There is a touch of your hands, the warmth of your smile, the music of your voice, the goodness of your heart, and so much more, Felisa. As he spoke, 5 birds appeared carrying a bandurria, a laud, a guitar, and bamboo poles. Watch me, Felisa, commanded the tickling bird. I'll show you how it's done. Clack, clack, clack went the bamboo poles, slowly at first, then faster and faster in time with the music. The tickling bird danced until his crooked legs were a blur in the moonlight. Come, Felisa, the price is not high. Dance with me. Taking hold of his wingtip, her eyes wide, step by step, clumsily, awkwardly, Felisa began to dance. The moon filled the sky, the wind sang softly, and when the music finally stopped, Felisa's cheeks were bright with excitement. Then suddenly, she remembered, I can't pay you, Mr. Bird. Really, I can't. But you have, Felisa, you already have, smiled the bird. There was a touch of your hands, the warmth of your smile, the music of your voice. Come, there's so much more to learn. Clack, clack went the bamboo poles. Lesson followed lesson. Felisa worked hard on every step, and she sang and laughed and danced so gaily that the old bird's heart was filled with happiness. Then the clacking poles stopped. Good, very good, said the tickling bird. You have worked hard, Felisa, and you have paid all that I have asked. Now there is one last payment to be made. You must give your heart. Oh, gasped Felisa, but how? You must give your heart to everything you do. Will you make that promise, Felisa? Yes, Mr. Bird, yes. Felisa! It was her mother's voice. Hurry! We have much to do. It's a beautiful day for the fiesta. Felisa dressed and ran to the kitchen. There was so much to think about, but there was no time. Many things needed to be done. Here, Mother, let me help. Felisa took the basket of fruit from her hands and carried it to the table. Good, Felisa, her mother said with a smile. See if Maria needs help. She's been working on her hem for hours. Felisa hesitated a moment. Then she skipped into Maria's room. Maria, here, let me help you. Laughing and working together, the girls had the hem finished in no time. Outside, Father was busy with Mateo and Juan loading the truck. Hearing Felisa's giggling, he called, Hurry now, Felisa, we'll be late. I want everyone to see I've got the prettiest girls at the fiesta today. Grandpa was in the kitchen, his arms filled with boxes of freshly made bukayo. He leaned over and whispered, You have one pretty smile, Felisa. Mabuhay! Mabuhay, ladies and gentlemen! Words boomed from a loudspeaker. Booths bulged with rich foods. The air was filled with the fragrance of sambaguita and plumeria. People in gaily colored costumes were everywhere. Mabuhay, said the mistress of ceremonies. We are ready for the first event of the day, the Palo Sebo contest, followed by our queen contest, and then the children's dances. Enjoy yourselves. It is a beautiful day for a fiesta. Felisa cheered when Mateo and Juan won the Palo Sebo contest. She watched with pride as the banner of a queen's attendant was pinned on Maria. Before Felisa knew it, it was time for the children's folk dances. The stage for the dancing shimmered in the afternoon sunlight. 3 musicians, a rondalla, appeared with a bandurria, a laud, and a guitar. Ladies and gentlemen, said the woman at the microphone, it is time for the Tickling. Will the children who are going to dance for us today please take their places? Felisa trembled, but there were children behind her and children in front of her. There was no place to hide. The musicians began to play. Clack, clack, clack went the sound of the bamboo poles. Suddenly, Felisa was on the stage. Clack, 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 she closed her eyes. Clack, clack, clack went the beak of the tickling bird. You can do it if you really try, Felisa, he said. Remember your promise. Dance with all your heart. Clack, 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 the poles snapped together. Clack, 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 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Faster and faster, the musicians played. Faster and faster, they sang the Tickling. Felisa hopped in and out, across and between, first one foot and then the other. Faster and faster the poles went, until she couldn't see them at all. The music stopped. The dance was over. Grandma's eyes filled with tears. Felisa danced, she whispered. Felisa, her father shouted. You danced! And Maria and Juan and Mateo and Grandpa and Mother beamed. That night before bed, Felisa and Grandma gave thanks for the blessings they had received. Much too excited to sleep, Felisa sat for a long time. The night was silent except for the sound of a dog somewhere far away. Shadows danced outside in the moonlight. Climbing into bed, she closed her eyes and listened as long as she could. Then, with 2 strong legs curled beneath her and a smile on her face, Felisa fell asleep. Mahalo for joining me today in Storytime with Tutu Malia. I hope you enjoyed that book about Felisa. Take care. Aloha voya oi. Tinikling, kumpas ng kawayan kahit mapatunin. Ang mga binti mo'y kay hirap hulihin. Singilap din ang puso mo sa pagiliw. At sa tinikling na tigib ng panganib, ang hindi maingat iya'y maiipit. Pusong maharot ganyan din sa pag-ibig. Ang nakakamit paghakbang ay ligali. Ang nagsasayaw ay napapahalakhak sa mga kawayang kay ingay ng lagbak. Habang kasabay ang tugtog at palakpak, ang nanonood man ay